Since the 2025 draft about a month ago, I've been grinding through tape for my 2026 board, and I think I've finally gotten through enough players and to the point where I feel pretty good. So here's what I've got. The top three of this class is unbelievable. I'd say Peterson, Boozer, and Debansa are all probably as good or better as your average number one pick. I think Peterson's like a half tier above those guys. He is going to be unbelievable at Kansas, but he is great. And I still think Nate Ament is kind of in that range, though. Definitely not of that group. I'm super high on, 6'10", real shot making on the wing, but also a great off-ball player, can pass, can really defend, so I like him quite a bit. Just looking at this class, I do think it falls off a bit pretty quickly, and at least I have a lot of questions about the players. Like Quaintance, absolute defensive monster, played in college basketball as a teenager, but really poor shooter. Kareem Lopez was really impressive in the NBL, but small sample overall. Kind of Dash Daniels as well. He's very young, but we don't have a ton of offensive sample, especially for him. Caleb Wilson, phenomenal defensive prospect, but I have some offensive worries. And Mikal Brown is just a brilliant passer and shooter on the ball, but the age you can see is by far the oldest of my top tier, and his lack of interior scoring and paint finishing and foul drawing do have some worries for me as like a high-end point guard. And then for the rest of the top 25, I'll highlight some names I really like, starting with Cam Williams. He's transferring to Kentucky. He's a sophomore, 6'8" wing who is a plus movement shooter, brilliant playmaker, and just such a smart processor on both ends. His usage and foul drawing are really poor, but I think he's worth a lottery pick. Patrick Ngongba is a really impressive big man. I think the best center in this class, which there's barely any real centers in this class, but he's going to be huge at Duke. Just incredibly strong, hulking body, but super skilled, great passer, can really play defense. Hans Steinbach, another guy who I'm getting higher on. I probably move him into my top 10 the more I'm watching him. Just phenomenal touch. A bit of a tweener at like 6'9", not the most amazing defender, but just special touch, I think, in the coordination and the handle. He's a good passer too. Anthony Robinson, shout out Mizzou legend. He's going to have a big year. And then a couple guys towards the bottom who I like more than consensus as well. Sheldon Henderson, he's going to Miami. Honestly has some Stephon Castle in him. Shaky shooter, but can really drive and defend and pass on the wing. And then I believe it's Ximena, went to Harvard Westlake, just a really high-level playmaker, shot maker, defensive player. He's not a great scorer on the ball, but his height and two-way skills are really intriguing to me. So these are my top 25 at the moment with their draft ages.